June 1947. The Strait of Malacca, one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world. Several ships and coastal radio stations pick up a disturbing distress signal. The message reads, SOS. All officers, including captain, dead, lying in chart room and on the bridge. Possibly, entire crew, dead. Then follows a burst of indecipherable Morse code. And finally, 2 last words. I die. The Strait of Malacca, a narrow waterway between Malaysia and Sumatra. For centuries, one of the most important trade routes in the world. In the years following World War II, these waters see heavy traffic. Freighters carry everything, from spices to the remnants of war. Among these ships, the SS Ourang Medan, a Dutch freighter, registered in Sumatra. Her name means man from Medan. Her cargo? Officially, unknown. Unofficially, highly dangerous. Later sources point to a secret cargo: potassium cyanide and nitroglycerin, deadly chemicals from wartime stockpiles. This is the post-war era. The Netherlands is fighting to maintain control over its colonies in Southeast Asia. The captain of the Ourang Medan sets sail. His route? Through the Strait of Malacca. His crew? a dozen men. A routine voyage, or so it seems. No one suspects that this ship will never reach its destination. What happens on this voyage will become one of the most chilling mysteries in maritime history. At some point in June 1947, the Ourang Medan goes silent, until that final, desperate radio transmission. The American merchant ship Silver Star picks up the distress signal. The radio operator can't believe what he's hearing. The Silver Star immediately changes course. The crew heads for the last known position of the Ourang Medan. After more than a day of sailing, they reach the area. The sea is unnaturally calm. No wind, no sound. Then, she appears. The Ourang Medan, drifting. No course, no smoke from the stack. Dead silence. The crew of the Silver Star calls over the radio. No answer. They shout through megaphones.
Hey, you.
Nothing. A boarding party is assembled. Armed with lanterns and ropes, they climb aboard the Ourang Medan. What the men find on board will haunt them for the rest of their lives. The deck is littered with corpses. The entire crew, dead, lying on their backs, faces turned toward the sun. Their eyes wide open, mouths twisted into silent screams, faces frozen in pure, absolute terror. Even the ship's dog lies dead, teeth bared, as if fighting an invisible enemy. On the bridge, the captain slumped over the chart table. In the radio room, the operator, his fingers still on the telegraph. And the most disturbing detail, though, not a single wound. No blood, as if death had simply touched them. The rescue team searches the ship systematically. They look for clues and find only new mysteries. In the corridors of the ship, the men notice something uncanny. It is freezing cold in the middle of the tropics. Especially in the engine room, the cold is unbearable. The boilers are dead. The ship, frozen in time. Every single dead man shows the same expression. Pure, indescribable terror. What did these men see? Then something happens that forces the men to flee. Below deck, fire breaks out. The rescue team flees the ship. Barely have they left the Ourang Medan when the ship explodes with such force that it is lifted clean out of the water. The Ourang Medan sinks within seconds. With her, all evidence disappears to the ocean floor. Swallowed by the sea, forever. No wreck was ever found. No bodies were ever recovered. All that remains is the empty sea. And questions. Countless questions. What happened aboard the Ourang Medan? Why did everyone die at once? And why did the ship explode? The crew of the Silver Star returns home. But the story of the Ourang Medan is far from over. Over the decades, researchers developed several theories, each one more disturbing than the last. Theory 1, the toxic gas theory. The secret cargo, potassium cyanide and nitroglycerin, may have leaked. Hydrogen cyanide fumes could have killed the crew within minutes. Silent, invisible, leaving no wounds. The nitroglycerin could have become unstable in the tropical heat, explaining the explosion. But why are there no official records? The Ourang Medan doesn't appear in any shipping register. Lloyd's of London has no record of the vessel. No registration, no construction records, no crew manifests. As if this ship never existed. Theory 2, carbon monoxide poisoning. Malfunctioning boilers could have released the odorless, invisible gas. Theory 3, a pirate attack. These waters were notorious for piracy. But why were there no signs of struggle? And then, there are those who believe in supernatural explanations. Something beyond our understanding. The story spreads across decades, from Dutch newspapers to American maritime journals. But with each retelling, details change. Dates, locations, circumstances. Nothing aligns. Is the Ourang Medan a true story with a rational explanation? Or one of the greatest maritime legends of all time? Some historians believe the ship never existed at all, that a journalist invented the story and embellished it over the years. But whether real or legend, the story of the Ourang Medan has burned itself into the collective memory of seafaring. Somewhere on the floor of the Strait of Malacca, if the story is true, lie the remains of the Ourang Medan. A silent grave for men whose final moments were marked by unspeakable horror. The Ourang Medan reminds us that the sea does not easily give up its secrets. Some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved, and perhaps that is their true terror. If this story fascinated you, hit subscribe. Next week, we dive into an even darker chapter of history. Unit 731, Japan's darkest wartime secrets. Be there.